to challenge you today to think just a little bit differently about outsourcing and how you structure your deals. This problem of how to buy better in a neutral environment, where I could come and look at the interactions, the actual deal structures, the management structures, and see how could we improve it. So in the early days of Microsoft, I had the opportunity to help them outsource some of their early outsourcing efforts. I was a very good checker player because I would sit across the table. So I would be sitting across from you, you're my service provider, and I'd say, gosh, I need that just a little bit cheaper. And if I won, I'd put a checker in my pocket, score. I later switched and sat on the sell side. So now I had to play the game of chess, because I had to sit across from my customer, the old me, right? I had to sit across from me, who was really good at negotiating, and outsmart my customer, because it was the only way I could preserve my revenue streams and my profit margins. And when you think about it, the buy and the sell sides are at conflict with each other. Think, the cost for the buyer is the revenue for the service provider. How are our salespeople rewarded mostly today? Right? They get commissions for keeping their revenues up. So we're at a conflict with each other. We aren't transparent with our discussions and our cost structures. We're not solving the business problem. And this lack of transparency and candid discussions in our actual deal-making process deteriorates trust. So let's say we've got these two choices, to cooperate or command, right? So what happens when we both cooperate? Right? We both cooperate. Well, we all know we get a partnership, right? It's a handshake deal. We've got a great partnership when we both cooperate. Very collaborative in nature. So we need to challenge ourselves to get off of the transaction treadmill and focus on business results or outcomes, outcome-based thinking. When we succeed in business, the service provider wins. This is where we get the term vested from, vested outsourcing, because the service provider and the buyer have a vested interest in achieving the business outcomes. So our deal structures need to be win-win, and they need to be looser with regards to the statement of works and drive accountability instead of prescriptions around the activities. So we get into this philosophy of saying we want innovation, but we don't have governance structures, we don't have reward mechanisms that allow us to actually buy innovation. Go run with it, right? You're creating that vision like we learned of yesterday. So what's in it for we, not what's in it for me. What's in it for we is the new economics, the new negotiation strategies for the 21st century if you want to create value. You have to put your money where your mouth is and buy innovation and craft these deal structures. The significant problems we face today cannot be solved with the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. So if you have some desired outcomes, maybe, just maybe, you can think differently about how you structure your deals.